In terms of pool, right? We talk about, and you know, a lot of teams get mocked for their pool, lack of pool, whatever. When you have a Newcastle, you know, on the table that are ready to bring you in, Champions League football, they can guarantee you. I mean, let's ask Robbie actually, because I think obviously as a United fan, you're going to say, you know, that they do. But in terms of England and the rest of the world, Manchester United, when does that pool run out? I heard on the radio the other day, they were talking about, listen, they finished 15th, but the name Manchester United, how far along the line does that take you? And how do they still have this pool after having the worst season in Flex's lifetime?
Listen, if it comes down to, if you're a footballer and it comes down to Man United or Newcastle, sorry.
Even now in 2025?
Even now, you're going to Man United. Wow. And that's just pure facts. That's even now, it's another level, man. Like,
without Champions League football?
Because if
I'm
you're
just playing devil's advocate
even without
for Matty Renton here.
Even without Champions League football, I'm sorry, right? Like, I've been around the world with football. Manchester United are a much. You go to places, there's no Newcastle fans, none. In different, you know, not obviously in this country, brilliantly supported team Newcastle. I always say they've got probably, I put their fans right up there as probably, you know, in the top 3 fans in this country. Newcastle, you know, you see them, they've got the longest distances to travel every single game. They always sell out their away ends. They're brilliant. They're like, you know, even when they was in the Championship, the ground was packed. But as a worldwide club, they can't compete with Man United. And Man United, you go anywhere around the world, there's United fans, there's United shirts. If you sign as a player for Man United, even if you're not in the Champions League, you're going to believe that you're going to be the player to get them back in the Champions League and get them back to glory. Even in their last few seasons when they've been poor, they've won trophies, right? It's just another level. Even if you look at it from the level of, say, things like, and players do look at this, social media. You sign for United or Arsenal or Liverpool or Chelsea, immediately, if you've got 100K followers on Instagram, immediately you're going up to nearly 1 million. That's the level of interest that comes to you. That means you're getting to get more branded. This is things that they take into account, players.
Image rights.
So you're going to get, your image rights going to go up. You're going to get more brand deals. You're a more well-known player because you're playing for Manchester United or these other teams. So it's just facts. It's why Brian and Buemo would rather go to United than Newcastle. It's not because...
But the money must have some kind of...
It's not just the money, though, because sometimes
well, he's asking for 250. It would quadruple his wages.
Yeah, but he'd still get big money. Listen, even if the money was the same, I still think he'd choose United. Players will be advised. They'll be, you know... For starters, you'll have a lot of players. They were United fans, or you know, they grew up with Man United being the biggest club, right? You'll have other players. Their agents are advising them and saying, "Yo, if you sign for United, it's a different profile.
Yeah,
it's facts, and it's a different profile. If you come to one of those sort of clubs, everything changes overnight for you as a player. Yeah. Like you know, sometimes you'll go to games. And you'll see, like, the other day, Southampton, I know it's way different. Newcastle, much bigger level than that. But you see the players after the game. They come out, they walk into their car, a few fans around them. You know, you can't do that at United, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
You can't, man. You need
it's a different
the
level.
The amount of fans that are waiting for you outside that it's a different level.
But don't get me twisted. We couldn't go and get Alexander Isak.
No,
like,
you couldn't.
We can't. Do you see what I'm saying?
You couldn't.
You can't do that. So there's a cut-off point.
Yeah, you couldn't. There's a cut-off point. Yeah. But clubs like, you know, it's like with Real Madrid, isn't it? Like, so Real Madrid come to any player. There is... I mean,
Start thinking.
Trent
even Zubimendi might not come now.